Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. No, get that snack later. You listen to me. Lock your doors. Don't answer the phone. If you have to leave the country, then leave the country, but don't let them in.
What are you talking about?
House guests? I am talking about house guests from hell.
Madhouse is a 1990 dark comedy film directed by Tom Larroquette that would find negative reviews from critics, but box office success from audiences. John Larroquette and Kirstie star as Mark and Jessie Bannister, a happily married couple living in Santa Monica, California.
Oh, hey, it's my cousin Fred.
You never mentioned to Fred?
Oh, yeah, sure I did. Ever ready, Freddie? Come on. Hey, guess what? He and his wife want to spend their vacation with us.
That sounds fun. When?
Today.
Jessie is a television news reporter and anchor, while Mark works as a stockbroker alongside his friend Wes, played by Dennis Miller.
Oh, I don't know, Mark. It sounds like a disaster to me.
Come on, Wes. We're talking 5 days.
Yeah? Well, Chernobyl only took 5 minutes, pal, and it didn't come into LAX at rush hour.
Mark and Jessie have their idyllic life interrupted when Mark's cousin Fred, played by John Deal, and his pregnant wife Bernice, played by Jessica Lundy, fly in to visit from Trenton, New Jersey.
What do you get a hold of this guy? He used to have girls hanging all over. Fred? Hi, how you doing?
That is great to see you.
We're here. Terra firma.
It's my wife, Bernice.
Bernice.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, we're family. You know, I've heard so much about you.
Uh-oh.
Hi there, I'm Jessie. Hi. She looks just like a movie star, doesn't she?
Much better. You see, our TV's on the blink.
Honey, they
and
don't
cut
hear
us
about a
all
TV. Tell them the big news.
We're,
Pregnant. That's great. Congratulations.
Wow. We do have something to celebrate then. The TV station Jessie works for is just about to give her a very big promotion.
And Mark got a major assignment this morning.
I just got canned.
Let's get the luggage.
Things start off chaotic thanks to Bernice's cat Scruffy and Fred's depression over losing his job. Mark gives the two $300 to go spend time in Los Angeles and see the sights, but he finds himself interrupted by another unwanted guest, Jessie's sister Claudia, played by Alison LaPlaca. Claudia needs a place to stay after she and her rich Middle Eastern husband Kadir have a fight.
Kadir didn't actually kick you out of the house.
That is a matter of opinion.
Put it this way, does he even know you're gone?
He barely knows I'm alive. He cut my allowance.
He cut her allowance, honey.
To what, $9,000 a month?
Fred and Bernice's 5-day visit is extended when Bernice slips and falls and is instructed by her New Jersey doctor, Dr. Jack Penix, to stay immobile until the baby is born.
He said we need to get her to the nearest bed as quickly as possible.
Okay, that's fine.
No, Mark, it isn't fine. She has to stay here.
Well, yes, of course you'll stay here.
I know we should have gone to
Hello.
the rescue ward. For the rest of her pregnancy. No!
Easy.
Oh, God. I lost all feeling in my womb.
Heading to a bar to have a few drinks, Mark lambasts Fred for being so submissive with Bernice.
Look at you. You're living the life. You got a nice house. You paid a little bit too much, but it's still very nice.
The real estate market has gone crazy out here.
You're important at your office. And you got a wonderful wife.
Yeah. 2 wonderful wives.
Bernice is giving me cancer.
Would you stop talking like that? Would you listen to yourself? You know what your problem is? You let that woman walk all over you. You've got to stand up to her. What the hell happened to the friend I knew in high school? The friend that could have any girl in the senior class he wanted to when he was a freshman. Huh? A guy who could break up any class without even trying.
I don't know. Somewhere between graduation and a Jerry Lewis telethon. I just lost it.
Fred takes this advice too far and leaves Bernice.
I went to find the Fred Bannister I used to be. Where did he get that crap?
In the meantime, Mark and Jesse become overwhelmed, having to wait on Bernice hand and foot.
Not so fast, Missy! It's time to shift my butt!
While trying to have some intimate time alone, they accidentally burn down the house of their neighbor Dale, played by Robert Ginty.
So, Bannister, what are we going to do about this?
Make sure Prankster stays in his box.
Waste of a good belt.
Just make yourself comfortable, son.
Mark, we don't have to do this.
Yes, we do, darling, if we want to avoid a lawsuit for arson.
With Dale and his 2 kids moving in, Mark and Jesse's home becomes a disaster area. Wes tries to persuade the couple to stay strong and hopes he and Mark can close a deal for their boss.
Why don't you get rid of them?
Huh?
Oh, no. Well, if you don't, I will.
No, we've tried that.
It just makes more.
We just hand over our paychecks, stay out of their way. It's for the best.
How long can Mark and Jesse put up with their house guests? Until they are driven crazy. This was the directorial debut of writer Tom Rupleski, who would have success in 1993 with the sequel Look Who's Talking Now, which was a hit and starred Kirstie Alley. John Larroquette was approached for this film while working on the 6th season of Night Court, but the show's executive producers would not allow him to have the time off to make the movie. Because of delays in the film, Larroquette was approached again during the 7th season of Night Court, and this time they worked out a schedule that would allow John Larroquette to work on both projects simultaneously. The movie was filmed from May through June of 1989. Despite taking place in Santa Monica, California, it was actually filmed in Tucson, Arizona. This movie marked actor and comedian Dennis Miller's feature film debut. The movie features actors who were on hit NBC television shows during the 1980s and 1990s. John Larroquette on Night Court, Kirstie Alley on Cheers, John Deal on Miami Vice, and Dennis Miller on Saturday Night Live. Dr. Jack Penix OBGYN voice was voiced by the real Dr. Jack Penix in California, a dentist. The film underwent very high amounts of re-editing to get it down to a PG-13 rating, which included much of the profanity being looped out or replaced entirely. The movie was originally intended to be an R-rated film with a lot of profanity and much raunchier scenes that were cut out. Orion Pictures had hoped that by turning it into a PG-13 film, that would attract teenagers with a friendlier rating for box office appeal, rather than an R-rated version. Released in February 1990, Madhouse grossed $21 million on a budget of $8 million. This did make the movie a box office success, but not a massive one. While the film was not that successful at the box office, it would gain a cult following when it was released on home video later that year, and also on cable, where it enjoyed many airings on both cable network Showtime and the Movie Channel. The soundtrack includes the song Let's Dance by Chris Ray, which had previously reached number 81 on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts in 1987. This movie is said to be a favorite of director Kevin Smith and also director Quentin Tarantino. In 2025, IndieWire film historian Jim Hemphill had a vastly differing opinion on this movie compared to other critics, saying that this film is not bad, it's great. He said not only is it great, but it's an all-time great comedy so flawless that it ranks alongside some of the best comedy movies ever. I remember seeing the VHS box cover for this movie at a very young age in video stores back in the 1990s, recognizing both John Larroquette and Kirstie Alley when I was a kid from Night Court and Cheers. I actually recall going to the Internet Movie Database website, IMDb, in early 2001 on dial-up internet and watching the movie trailer for this film. I then went out and rented it, and I enjoyed it. While it gets a bit silly at times, it never goes too over the top, and I find it finds itself grounded enough to be enjoyable. There are some great scenes. The scene where Kirstie Alley slingshots her panties and John Larroquette catches them in his teeth, that's just great. And the dance scene with John Larroquette and John Deal in the bar dancing to Bernadette by the Four Tops is really great. I think this movie works. I recommend the 1990 comedy film Madhouse.